Have you ever just, stopped and thought about the ground right under your feet? It feels so solid, so permanent, right? Well, what if I told you it's constantly moving, that it's part of an incredible story that's been unfolding for about 4.5 billion years? Yeah. From the air we breathe to the water we drink, our planet is this amazing, living, breathing world. So let's dive right in and explore the science of our home. And just so you know, this is the very first part of a 20-part series from Virtualization Options LLC. It's all about introducing Earth sciences to, well, everyone. So whether you're a student who's curious or just someone who wants to get to know our planet a little better, you are absolutely in the right place. This is going to be a fantastic journey. All right, so here's what we've got on tap. First, we'll tackle the big question. What is Earth science anyway? Then, we're going to see how our planet acts like one giant interconnected system. After that, we'll play detective and see how scientists figure all this stuff out. We'll take a closer look at the solid ground under our feet, and then we'll wrap it all up by talking about why any of this really matters in our day-to-day lives.
Okay, so first things first, what exactly is Earth science? It might sound like one big subject, but honestly, it's more like a family of sciences, all working together to paint a complete picture of our constantly changing planet.
At its very core, Earth science is all about understanding our planet, what it's made of, how it works, where it's been, and where it's going. Think of it like this. A geologist might be studying a mountain range, right? At the same time, a meteorologist is studying the storms that slam into it, and an oceanographer is tracking how rivers carry bits of that mountain out to sea. Earth science is the thing that brings all of them together to tell the planet's whole story. Now, here's where it gets really cool. Modern Earth science doesn't just look at these different parts by themselves. Instead, it sees our planet as one massive, interconnected system. It's not just a rock floating in space. It's more like a complex machine where every single piece affects every other piece. And this picture illustrates that idea perfectly. Scientists break the Earth down into 4 major spheres. You've got the geosphere, that's all the solid stuff, rocks, land, the inside of the planet. Then there's the hydrosphere, which is all the water, oceans, rivers, ice, you name it. The atmosphere is that thin blanket of air we breathe. And finally, the biosphere. That's us and every other living thing. The key is they are all locked together in this constant, complex dance. And here are a couple of really simple examples of that dance in action. When rain from the hydrosphere falls on a mountain from the geosphere, it literally carves out the land and shapes it. Or when a volcano, also from the geosphere, erupts, it shoots tons of gas into the atmosphere, which can change weather patterns for years to come. The most important thing to remember is that no sphere works alone. A change in one always causes ripples in the others. So you might be wondering, how do scientists figure all of this out? I mean, how can they possibly know what's happening deep inside the Earth, or what the climate was like 1,000,000 years ago? It's not magic, not at all. It all comes down to a really methodical approach. They basically have to think like detectives, gathering clues to solve the Earth's biggest mysteries. Every good investigation starts with a hunch, right? In science, we call that hunch a hypothesis. And it's not just some wild guess. It's a possible explanation that a scientist comes up with based on things they've already observed. It's always the first real step to solving a mystery. And this is the playbook they follow, the scientific method framed like a detective story. First, you find a clue. That's a careful observation. Maybe you notice that fossils of the exact same ancient fern are found on 2 different continents, like South America and Africa. Next comes the hunch, your hypothesis. Maybe these continents were once connected. Then the real work begins, the investigation. You test that idea by looking for more clues, like seeing if the rock formations on the coastlines match up. And if, after tons and tons of investigation and testing by lots of different scientists, that hypothesis holds up and explains all the evidence, well then, it gets a promotion. It becomes a scientific theory. And this is so important. In everyday life, we say, oh, it's just a theory, like it's a guess. But in science, a theory is the exact opposite. It's a powerful, well-supported explanation that's been tested again and again, like the theory of plate tectonics. It's the detective's solved case. Okay, so now that we know how scientists figure things out, let's use that lens to look at the first piece of our Earth's system puzzle, the geosphere. The solid ground we all live on. So what exactly is the geosphere? Well, it's basically all the solid stuff. That includes all the features you can see on the surface: mountains, valleys, plains, all of it. It's the rocks and minerals that are the literal building blocks of our world. And it goes all the way down to the Earth's interior, the crust, the mantle, and the core, hidden deep, deep beneath our feet. And here is one of the most mind-blowing facts about the geosphere. It isn't static, not at all. The entire surface of our planet is broken up into these massive plates, and they are constantly moving. So how fast are they moving? About the same speed that your fingernails grow. It's incredibly slow, sure, but over millions of years, that tiny movement is powerful enough to shove continents around and build entire mountain ranges. The Himalayas? They were born from a slow-motion collision that's still pushing them higher today. Just incredible.
Okay, so we've got this incredibly dynamic planet, working like a giant system, and we study it like detectives. But so what? Why does any of this actually matter to you and me? Let's connect the dots.
This is really where the rubber meets the road. Studying earth science isn't just for academics in a lab. It's incredibly practical. It's what helps us prepare for and sometimes even predict natural disasters. It's how we find and manage the resources our entire civilization depends on, everything from fresh water to the minerals inside our phones. And it is absolutely crucial for understanding and responding to global climate change. It even helps guide our search for life on other planets.
When you get right down to it, Earth science gives us the tools to read our planet's autobiography. Every rock, every river, every storm, it's like a word on a page in a story that started billions of years ago, and we are just getting started learning its language. So the real question is, are you ready to learn how to read it?